What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, and we got ourselves another Panthers franchise. I've been away for a little bit, but it's been for a good reason. You know, holidays just happened. Thanksgiving. Hope everybody out there had a good Thanksgiving. And then, of course, we had Black Friday. And after Black Friday, I sort of spent a little bit of money. Got myself a little bit of a setup here and a camera, of course, for the videos, and decided, why not? Let's start doing with the face cam thing. And today what I want to do is I want to just go through another little recap of the team. I did sign a few guys in free agency, right? Just a couple. And we're going to see if they fit with the team, and then we're going to watch probably, I would say, at least one game. I don't know if I'm going to watch a whole preseason. I'm not a big fan of the preseason because it just doesn't really seem to do what a preseason should. But I like to see what the guys are going to offer that we just drafted and see them in the game a little bit. So first off, let's go ahead and let's dive in and let's take a recap of what we did in the offseason and what we're sort of looking for heading into this season. In the offseason, we did quite a bit of signing, did a couple of trades. I thought we had a really good draft. I thought the draft went really well, but we have a lot of upside here for the future. Boyd, Superstar X Factor. Dion Overton, Superstar X Factor. I mean, need I say more? The dude balled out when I gave him a shot last year, towards like midway through the season, towards the end. So I'm hoping that now that I know how good he is, if I put him on the field from the get-go week one, maybe he'll have himself a great season and just continue to grow into that number one that we're knowing that he can be. This is a big year for Boyd, though. We saw a lot of flashes out of him. Also, a lot of rookie mistakes. The question is going to be, can he build on that stuff, or are we going to have another situation where sometimes he's just making bad decisions? Hopefully that's not the case, but it's a young quarterback. You're going to have things happen like that are out of our control, and we just have to roll with it. Jonathan Brooks is back. He had an amazing season before he got hurt. He was still our leading rusher at the end of the season, even though he hadn't played in about 10 weeks. I thought something was going to come from Theo Judge. I thought we were going to get something more out of Kirkland or, Jerome Ford, who we brought in for a little bit, but just nothing really ever came from either of those guys. And it was very apparent that Brooks was definitely the best running back on our roster. So I'm hoping that he can build off of that and stay healthy. That's the big thing, stay healthy. Speaking of staying healthy, this man right here, Dalvin Ridley, he had such an impact when he was on the field. We had how many games where this guy would just get hurt and he would be gone for the rest of the game, sometimes a couple of weeks. And I hope that he can get over that, because I think that he is going to be a very good tight end. He's got great ability. It's just that health factor, man. It scares me. It really does. And I didn't get any I know that there is a scenario where they can get extra injury or something by working on something. I didn't get any of that for any players yet. I don't know if that happens later in the preseason or not. If I do get it, and it's somehow with Ridley, I'm going to do it, because I want this guy to be our tight end. I just don't know if I can rely on him to be that yet. But hopefully we can see some improvement there. I don't have too high hopes for that. But if that does not happen, we brought in Jelani Woods, the former Colts, big wide receiver type tight end, really good athletically. And I think that if Ridley goes down, Woods can definitely step into that spot and sort of just take the reins with it. So I'm not too concerned there. He was one of our, obviously, our free agent signings. Our offensive line is what I think really changed the most. I did a lot of moving around here. We moved on from Taylor Morton. He was 32 going on 33. He didn't want to resign here at all, and I wasn't about to force the issue. That was just a lot of money to pay him, so I decided to let him go. We bring in McGarry here to be sort of a bridge guy until we can either find somebody in the draft or a younger guy on our team that might establish themselves. And then I also moved Equano into left guard, because I mentioned this in the last video. If you didn't see it, I'll show you guys again. If you look at his ratings, the dude is not good at pass protection. He is shining as a run blocker, but his pass protection has been weak. And we saw a lot of situations last year where he would just let guys through, and like, you have an 82 overall young left tackle, just had a new contract signed. You're expecting more out of him, and we're just not getting that out of him at the left tackle position. Will he be in the future? I don't know, but right now he's a damn good guard. And so I made the move, put him over there, and now I think it was a good move for the team. And that led me to bring in Jawan Taylor here to be the left tackle for now, but we had a really good pick in Spencer Weatherford, who I had dubbed as somewhat of a guard slash tackle type of player. And he looks the part. I moved him to left tackle. He's a 74 overall. He's a pass protector. So he's going to give us what we were looking for out of Ekwonu right off the bat. Now, there are plenty of other things he's not good at, like run blocking, for instance. Any of it. Lead block is very low, but that is why I think he might be a better left tackle than a guard. Obviously, you need to be able to lead block if you're going to be a guard or a center in the NFL. Obviously, you still need to lead block as a tackle, but guards, you know, they're the guys that are going to go pull out on a pitch or an outside run. You know, they're going to be creating that second level, you know, whereas the tackles usually are just setting the edge or keeping guys away from the lane. So we can work on that with Weatherford. But what I like is that I don't have to worry about him not being good at pass protection. He's already better than Ekwonu at the pass protecting role, because he's a 74 overall. And if you look down at the pass protector spot here, this guy is only a 72. So it makes too much sense. So Ekwonu was going to be the left guard. Taylor will be the left tackle for now. If I feel like he's not playing well, or if Weatherford really just shoots up a little bit and gets better with his ratings, we'll go that route as well. And then I also took our left guard, Damian Lewis, who is just on a too big of a contract for me to just get rid of without taking a massive penalty. So I just moved him to center, and he was the same overall as the guy we had. So I traded that guy away to get us some more capital and to help us in the draft to get the players that I was really looking for. And yeah, so really we have four of five changes. 4 of the 5 positions have been changed. Now, most of the starters are still here, but they've switched around. Our left tackle is now our left guard. Our left guard is now our center. We have the only position that is still the same is Robert Hunt at right guard. Everything else has been moved around or changed altogether. Can't forget about the fullback. They are people. So I signed Jaleel Sharp in free agency. Just a young fullback. Don't have to really worry about that position all too often, but now that we have a young guy here, we don't even have to just re-sign him and just move on. No worries about it. I still like having a fullback, and the playbook that I'm still working on. I know it's been a while, but I am still working on it. It's going to have I formation in it. We're going to need a fullback. So Jaleel Sharp will be that guy, hopefully, for the near future, or for the long term, I should say. And now moving on to the defense, and I felt like the defense we didn't have a lot of change, but I really am happy with the depth that we have now. So I love Brown and Jones at D tackle, but now we bring in Briggs, who is just, he's a big man, dude. 6'4", 355. He is going to be a problem for this team, or other teams on this team, for a long time. I can't wait to get him to play a little bit more. He'll probably end up taking over for Jones at some point, because I don't foresee Brown going anywhere. But man, this dude is just huge. He's got 99 strength. His play rec is already an 82. Granted, that's with the +3 from the coaching tree upgrades that we have. 70 power move, 76 block shedding. That will go up eventually. Impact blocking at an 85. That's another big one. I'm just concerned about his toughness, but he does have really high injury. So the only problem with that is if he does end up getting injured, he's more liable to have a long-term injury. That's how that injury/toughness thing works. The tougher they are, the less likely they are to have multiple week injuries, and more so just have like the out for rest of game or 1 week injuries. But when they have bad toughness, they can get the 3, 4, 5, 6, or even more week-long injuries. We also have a new starter on the defensive line, Nick Benito, former Bronco. He was in free agency. We brought him in. I think I'm going to like that move. He was as a stand-up linebacker with Denver, if I'm not mistaken. At least he was in the free agency pool. He was an outside linebacker. So I move him down to right end because the dude can't cover. He can't cover at all, but he can pass rush. So maybe now that we're in a 4-3, maybe it fits his skill set better. He's really athletic. So I'm looking forward to that. And then it'll be him and DJ Wanham. So Wanham returns. So 3 of our 4 on the D line are all the same. Linebacking core is still all the same starter wise, but we have a whole different crew underneath for reserve linebackers in our depth pieces. So we have Tyndall, who is super fast. I think he's like 92 speed. We drafted Michael Haggins, and now part of me wishes I may have went with Elijah. Oh, what was his last name? He just ended up being a little bit more well-rounded. He had better pass protection. He was a little quicker, but Haggins does bring a lot of hit power and more of that old school linebacker vibe. And I don't think we really had that. I feel like Wallace is going to be a great all-around linebacker. And then I also think that Green could end up being a really good cover linebacker with not the best skills in the run game. But Hagens here, I think, is just a thumper. You know, he's like your old school type linebacker. He doesn't have the best speed. You know, he's not the smartest yet. We'll get there. But he's got really good hit power. He's got good strength for a linebacker. He just can't cover to save his life. And that's okay, because I'm not going to ask him to do that. I just want him to get up there in the run, maybe help out with some blitzing a little bit. He does have 62 finesse move, which, I mean, it's not good, but it's not as bad as it could be. So we'll see how he develops, but I'm excited for him down the line, of course. I can foresee him maybe fitting in with our base set once Thompson leaves eventually at some point, which obviously is going to happen. Thompson is getting up there. But I don't think he'll end up being the guy that's playing out of like our nickel or dime sets, because I feel like it's going to be Green or Wallace, probably Wallace at this point, just because he's more well-rounded, and I think he's got a higher ceiling right now. But we'll see. Hagens might end up being really good. We also brought in Chris Barnes as another depth piece, and Brian Asamoah from the Vikings. I think that was all of the linebackers. Yes. Then our corners, pretty much the same. Didn't really change much of anything there. We have Horn and Battle as the outside. We then have Brandon Stevens and Shaw Smith-Wade as our slot corners, which I really like Shaw Smith-Wade. We still have Simmons and Fuller as our starting safeties, but we brought in a bunch of youth at the safety position, so it's going to be a battle. We might have to make some tough decisions at the end of the preseason. We have Ronnie Hickman, who is, again, more of like a really like stereotypical strong safety. Like, this dude is going to hit you, but he's not the fastest. He's probably not going to cover you the best. And then we have Nick Cross, who's really the exact opposite. He's more of a coverage guy, but he can hit. It's just that he's really fast and he's got better coverage skills than he does tackling skills and all that thing. But two really young guys that we can rely on for maybe depth pieces or down the line once Fuller and Simmons move on. And then I forgot that Lance Dillon was not on the depth chart, so I wouldn't fix that. But we decided on Dillon. Well, I decided. I say we a lot, but like, you know. Anyway, Dillon is the guy we brought in. There was between him, Alex Smith, and there was a third guy at free safety. And I ended up deciding to go with Lance Dillon. 6'2", 203, 21 years old. He ends up being a 75 overall hidden development. And he does still need some work, but he's got good stuff coming out. He just really needs to work on his tackling, his play recognition, and his man coverage. But everything else is pretty good for a rookie. He does also have pretty good injury and toughness, not the best stamina. So I don't know if that'll come into effect or not. Can't forget about Jameis Winston. He was a guy that we signed as well in the offseason. He can be a really good mentor for Boyd. And I love Jameis. And awesome to see him, what he's doing with the Browns this season. I really think that's been cool to see. I did find another running back, though. I know I said we didn't need him. Actually, I found two. I'm a liar. Well, anyway, Ezekiel Townsend was sitting in free agency after the draft, and I had to sign him. I had to. So what are you gonna do about it? You know, I can't control it. 6'1", 227. He's 22 years old. Part of me feels like I did this because I'm not 100% sold on the guys that we have right now behind him, and that is even Theo Judge, who I was hoping would be a really good running back, but he hasn't really done anything for us. And when he did get an opportunity, he didn't really do much with it. So bring in Townsend, we'll see what he's got. Whether it's better or worse, I don't know. But we need to find something because the jury's still out on if Brooks is going to be a long-term option here. I mean, he might end up getting injured again. I don't know. I'm hoping not. And then we also have DeAndre Smith, who is a rookie who I found 68 overall. We'll see if he can stick on with probably not the active roster, but see if he sticks on the practice squad. I did find one receiver. That was it. Just one. And his name is Ty Davis. He was a free agent, 5'11", 192. But what he does bring to the table, and this is usually what I look for when I'm pulling guys out of free agency, this man can return. 92 kick return. Injury is 89, so not bad. 86 toughness, 94 stamina. He's got good traits for like carrying and ball carrier vision for a receiver. So I wanted to bring him in, see what he can do, if he can help us in the kick return game. I don't know. We'll see. I'm always trying to find some new players to bring on. And Ty Davis was somebody that caught my eye when I was looking through free agency. Right now, what I'm really considering this season, I'm trying to figure out if Leggett is going to be a guy that we want to rely on long term. I feel like Mingo has showed a little bit more on a consistency basis than that of Xavier Leggett, but I feel like Leggett has not had a lot of opportunities yet either, and I don't know if he's going to get them, to be very honest with you. Peoples-Jones has been very consistent for us, making a ton of plays every time I ask him to. We know Overton is right now he's on track to be our number one for the long haul, so I'm definitely going to be using him and making sure that he is on the field as much as possible. Not like I did last year where he's like half on the field. I'm just getting him out there right away, and hopefully he ends up being our true number one in the next season or two. Well, hopefully this year, right? But like overall wise, I'm referring to Mingo. I really like as a third option. I just don't know if we're gonna be able to afford him down the line. I mean, he's gonna be probably what, 82, 83 overall by the end of the season, depending on how much, upgrading we get done on him. Him and Leggett, it's almost like which one of these two guys do we keep and which one of them do we move on from? That's sort of, I think, what I'm trying to get at here is like, obviously we can't have 5 good receivers. I would love to, but like, it just doesn't make sense for the salary cap, and it doesn't make sense for like themselves as players. Like, obviously I wouldn't want to be the 5th dude if I'm talented. I want to be the 2nd or 3rd at the very least. I want to have some opportunity, and right now one of these two guys is just not going to have it. Plus we have guys behind like Antoine Mobley, who we brought in last year, and then Trey Tucker is just more of a filler guy, but who knows, he could make plays. And now Ty Davis, of course. So there's a lot of moving pieces in the wide receiver room, and really outside of, I would say, these two, I don't know exactly where it's going to go. I'm hoping Mingo just continues down that consistency track that he's been on last year, but I don't know if that's going to be the case or not. I don't know, but it'll be interesting to watch for sure. We have a lot of good tight ends. I'm actually going to try to keep 4 on the roster because I really like all 4 of these guys. I don't know if it's going to be possible or not. Sanders might end up being the odd man out here, and it sucks to say it, but it just might be the case. We've seen flashes out of Jordan. We've seen flashes out of Ridley. We don't know what we have in Woods yet, but he's got a $12 million penalty. And we just haven't, like, when Sanders gets in there, I want him so badly to sort of make some big plays and be like, oh, wow, this guy looks really good. But he just hasn't done that. He just exists out there. So if anybody gets moved on from, it would probably be Sanders. I don't know if it's worthwhile trying to find a trade partner. He's a 71 overall. If there is one, I'll probably find one. But I did find Deion Bishop, another young guard in free agency, so I brought him in for sure, 67 overall. We also have Dylan Arrieta. I forgot about him, drafted him. He is going to be good for us down the line, just not right now. 6'1", 300, 21 years old. He is definitely through and through going to be a center. And he's got good initial ratings. Got to work on his run blocking a little bit, which will be hard because there's not a run blocking option for upgrading, which I feel like there should be. Just make a 4th. We have pass protector. We have agile and power. Why not just have a 4th like some other positions and have it called run blocker or I don't know, call it something cool so you make it look cool. I don't know, but like, give us another option here. There's too many linemen that are just not good at run blocking. Like, there's so many pass protectors that you can get out of these drafts, and we just want to work on run blocking with them, but we can't. We have to sort of work around it between power and agile to get the both of them up, and it's a pain in the butt. But he'll be good for us down the line, but he definitely needs a season or two before he can get in there. I think that was it. Oh, Ralph Langford. I'm not sure if he was on the team or not, but I signed him. I don't think he was, because that looks like a free agent contract that I would have just done. So another young guy, he was a 1-year pro. He should end up helping out down the line. And on defense, we have Zeke Tomlinson, who I think was auto-drafted, if I'm not mistaken, or did I sign him? I don't know anymore. I know Joey Upshaw was drafted. Yeah, I bit the bullet on him. He is not what I anticipated him to be, but we'll give him a shot. You never know what you'll see out of people. Jeremiah Connor was also brought in. He'll probably be practice squad. If anything else, he's a 66. I don't see him making the roster. I'm thinking it's going to be Crumedy and Connor on the outside looking in at the end of this preseason, unless something drastically changes. But I don't want to have to cut Bobby Brown given his penalty. And I definitely am not going to cut Briggs or Jones. So, I mean, There's really not many other options that it could be if it's not Connor and Crumity. We have a lot of safeties, by the way, like a lot. I mentioned Ronnie Hickman. Obviously, we have Nick Cross. We have Jamie Robinson. I still don't know if it's Jamie or Jamie, and if I'm just assuming it's Jamie because there's two M's, but I'm going to call him Jamie anyway. I could have looked him up by now, but I just didn't. So we also have Deontay Norris. Once again, going to definitely be practice squad if he even makes that. 63 overall, 22 years old. I don't know if it makes sense to even put him on there. The problem is going to be, I'm going to want to keep it like 5 safeties. I can probably get away with having Nick Cross play corner as like a 5th option if it really need be, because looking at the cornerback room, I have, I mean, obviously Horn and Battle, Stevens, Smith, Wade, but after that, I'm not sold on anybody in particular. Like nobody is really like, oh gosh, I have to keep him. So if I have to cut like all of these dudes, I'll do it, as that means we can keep, because like I'm looking at it, I want to keep Fuller and Cross for sure, and I really don't want to get rid of any of these guys here. You know, I just don't. So I'm hoping that I can find a way to keep all 5 on the roster. I also changed up the kicker and punter because our guys, I don't know, it just seemed logical. Younger guys, get them in here. Let's let them grow. Cam Little, 2-year pro, 75 overall. And then Kurt Muse, 22 years old, 73 overall. So also saved us some money since they were younger players and they didn't require as much when it came to their contract negotiation. So just a move I decided to make. But now, after all of those moves in the offseason and the trades that we made during the draft, we are stacked for the future. I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 next year. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. Didn't get as much I wanted to in 28. But we're going to be stacked next year, which is going to just roll into 28 because I doubt we're going to need 12 players. We'll see where it takes us, but I'm just happy that we have actual good draft stock now. Whereas, you know, before we started this whole thing, the Panthers didn't have the best draft stock because they traded everything away for Bryce Young, and it just has not worked out. So that is the recap of the team. Now, I think it's just time for us to get into some game action and see what we're working with. Before I do that, though, I'm going to go ahead and do training camp with all these players, get a bunch of upgrades going, and then we'll do the strategy. And then I'll see you guys after all that stuff is done and we can do the upgrades. Okay, just got done with the training camp and the weekly strategy. So we got a bunch of upgrades to do. Overton's got 2. Let's start off with him. I went ahead and I did a lot of the starters for the... I did a lot of the starters for the training camp portion, and then I'm going to follow up with the younger guys in the weekly strategy. Again, like I did last season, I did a lot of more of the trench guys, though, for weekly strategy this year, and I'm going to see how it works out. So far, I'm not hating the setup. It is sort of not fun doing the defensive battle ones, but, you know, it is what it is. So anyway, with Overton here, he is 82 overall, 80 playmaker, 80s down the board with everything. I want to keep going to playmaker here because I would like to get the rest of his stuff up here, like down in his secondaries area, right? Like his juke move, his break tackle, his ball carrier vision, like all of those things. I want those to come up along with his his catching stuff. And when I do the playmaker, it seems to give me all of that stuff together. So we're going to do it again. And yeah, I don't care that it gives me a lot of stuff. I know it's sort of cheesy, but I want this dude to be good, so I'm going to do it. Playmaker it is. Now let's see what we got. We got awareness, 2 to carrying, deep route, 2 to juke, 2 to medium route, and 1 to release. And we're going to do it again. And this time we get another big roll. 3 awareness, 1 ball carrier, 1 break tackle, 1 catching, 2 deep route, 3 release, 1 short, 1 spectacular catch, and 1 to spin move. A lot of big upgrades for Overton, who is now still in 82. Well, he's in 83 now. 83 deep threat, physical, and then 82 playmaker, 81 slot. So he actually got a lot of deep threat in there as well. And now looking at his spread, this dude's got some amazing stats coming into year 2, or his attributes, I mean. I would love to get that acceleration up a little bit to get it a little bit more in line with his speed. But if we can't get it done, we can't get it done. Overall, I'm happy with it. All right, now Trevin Wallace is next. And this was the guy that I was doing pass coverage and run stopper with because He sort of has everything. He can't rush, but we don't need him to do that. His zone coverage is in a pretty good spot. His man coverage is in a really good spot for a linebacker. I think with his impact at 77, I think we're gonna go run stopper. Yeah, we'll do run stopper once and see what that gets us. Let's see. 4 to tackle. That's actually one that I was hoping to get a little bit higher because he was sitting at, I think it was an 86 or an 85, and now he's up to an 89. That's really good. And then we'll do another run stopper and see what that gets. Okay, we get 4 this time, 2 awareness, 1 block shedding, a pursuit, and another tackle. So now he's gonna have 90 tackling. Spencer Weatherford is up next, and this is one of the linemen that I was going to do the weekly strategy with because I really want to try, now that we have the minigame in Madden 25 to do that for the linemen, I want to be able to, you know, build them up a little bit better, and we haven't really had the ability to do that in Madden's past, so I'm going to take advantage of it. I have him and Arietta both in the weekly focus players. We'll see how much longer I can handle doing the pass protector drill every week before I lose my mind. But this one, we know what we need with him. He needs run blocking, power, and finesse. It doesn't matter which one. So I think what we're going to do is I'm just going to do one of each. We'll do 1 agile and 1 power, and hopefully get some decent stuff for run blocking. 2 lead block. He has an ability slot. You guys know what that means. This guy's going to be at least superstar. We got a superstar left tackle. Holy sh! Hey, that's awesome. That is awesome. I'm not going to complain about that at all. I mean, right out of the gate, we have another superstar with one of our hidden devs. Run block finesse. I didn't even look at the rest of his stuff. Run block finesse and pass block finesse. Wow. Okay, and let's do power right behind it. 1 lead block, 3 to run block. That was actually a good one for power because he doesn't have any power. Dion Boyd also getting 1. I'm on the edge. I'm in between right now of what if I want to put Boyd as another focus player, or if I've developed him enough to where he can just go off of his in-game stuff. He's already a 91 overall. I have so many other young players that I know can be special but need some extra attention, and I'm wondering if it would be better off if I go straight for those guys instead. Let Boyd already, obviously, you know, look at his stuff. He is coming along just fine. Do I want to be a 99 by like next year is really the question. I don't really think it's that much of a need. So for now, I'm going to leave him off of the focus players. We're going to focus on the other guys that we just drafted, maybe some of the newer players or whatever. But he's going to be a 92 after this, probably. I would assume so anyway. I think I'm going to go Scrambler again. Yeah, let's go Scrambler. I really want to close that gap on the strong arm. Okay, 2 ball carrier, 1 break sack, 1 throw short, 1 throw on run, and 2 throw under pressure. And that does get field general back within 2 of strong arm, so that's really good. Tremont Battle also getting 1. And I believe we need man for him. Yes, we do. So we're gonna go man coverage. Fun fact, I think I'm still gonna be planning on working on one of these videos for this Madden upgrades, but pretty sure corners get more than just man now when it comes to the slot upgrade. He gets 3 to man, which is fine. That's all we really need out of the upgrades right now for him is that man coverage. He's sitting at 87 zone, and he was at 82 man. Now he'll be at 85. Jonathan Brooks, in his return, I wanted to make sure he got himself an upgrade heading into the preseason, and we're gonna go straight to elusive back for him. Awareness, change of direction, juke, and 2 to spin. Nick Benito, I also did one on him. I want to try to get him a little bit of a head start heading into the season, and we're just going to stick straight to speed rusher. That's what we brought him in for. That's what he's good at. No reason to change that around. 2 finesse, a power, and a tackle. Dalvin Ridley and Lance Dillon are our last 2, and we'll just go possession, keep him as a scheme fit for us. 1 awareness, catching, 2 to medium, and 1 to short. And then we have Lance Dillon, the rookie safety, and he is zone right now. I feel like I really would like to work on hybrid here because hybrid's going to get us some of the run stopping, and it's also going to give us man coverage. And right now, as you can see, he needs some man coverage. He's got a 66 right now. That's not going to be good enough heading into the season. So His block shedding is also absolutely atrocious. I don't know if we'll be able to even recover that, but holy man, 48. I guess, I mean, he's a safety. He's not a linebacker, but regardless, we're going to go hybrid here and see if that gives us a good roll. He's really close to another upgrade, too. Okay, so he ends up getting 1 man, 1 play rec, 2 tackle, and 2 to zone coverage. So doesn't really seem like much of a hybrid upgrade. I mean, it's still an upgrade, so he's up to 70 tackling now at least, so that's good. 78 zone, 74 play rec with the +3 from the talent tree area. We got ourselves a great way to start off. We have to play the Chiefs. We're on the road in Kansas City, so I'm going to go ahead and make sure the depth chart is all set up, and then I'll see you guys at the game. So we just got into the game. Well, you guys are just seeing this now. We've had 1 drive per team. Both had to punt. Now we're out here for the Chiefs' second drive on offense. Checo takes it for a gain of 1. Neither team has been able to get anything going, obviously, but even the drives themselves just didn't go anywhere. It was quick, like incompletions, no runs, and just quick punts. Mahomes now looking and off target. Very interesting. Oh, he missed that one. Wow. Okay, so 3rd and 9. Chiefs look like they might end up having to punt it again. Quick snap. With time underneath, he finds a receiver, but he's going to fall short, and we'll get another stop. This defense is playing pretty good right now. I'm happy with it. Stevens is there on the stop, and we're going to get ourselves another punt. Here we go. Now our second drive. Boyd with the snap. And it's caught. There we go. And it's Overton making the catch. Makes the tough catch in traffic. Gets us the first. There we go. That's our first positive play, essentially. You saw that. It was 13 yards. It's our total yardage. We are not doing good right now. Ridley in motion. He's split out wide. Boyd with time and, tries to get it underneath. Brooks couldn't hold on. And even if he does, it's going to be a couple of yards. So sled to hit the turf. We live to see the next down. Well, 2nd and 10. Boyd, deep left side. It's completed again to Overton, man. I love watching him play. Are they challenging that? I didn't think that it was that close. I guess let's see. Maybe, hopefully they give us a good camera angle. Of course not. Of course not. Oh. How long is his foot gonna just hover before it's considered planted? That's the question. And they upheld it. Okay. That's what I figured. It didn't look that outlandish to me when I saw it in real time. Uh-oh. No. Dude. Interior of the line is not looking good right now. That sort of happened on the last drive, too. It just didn't result in a sack. Oh, my God. I thought that was... Oh, I thought that was picked. Oh, man. I really thought that was going the other way. Wow. That was lucky. 3rd and 9. Here we go. Boyd with the snap. Is this guy trying to give me a heart attack? Okay. Kansas City back out for their 3rd attempt. Little read option here. That does not go anywhere. Derek Brown, nah, not going to happen. Gets the stop, loss of 2. Both teams really struggling right now to move the ball. Both defenses playing pretty solid football. Mahomes underneath. Nice quick completion. They keep having him walk around like this, and I understand what they're trying to do for the motion, but they did such a bad job on the animation. It looks horrible. All right, 3rd and 7. Mahomes completes it. What a throw and what a catch. Wow. Who was that? I didn't catch the name. I think that might be a rookie. Couldn't see it. But regardless, it's a big play. It's a first down. Kansas City has been looking for a play like that for quite a while. Kelsey is in motion. We got 2:07 to go in this first quarter. Mahomes fires quickly underneath to Xavier Worthy. Gain of 6. And so far, the defense isn't playing that bad, but they haven't been able to get like a sack. They haven't been able to force any turnovers. So it's just been like bad play by the offense that has been standing out for this game. As okay, Pacheco. And he just refused to go down. All right, we're coming up on probably one of the last plays of this quarter. Tight end screen, that went nowhere. He doesn't walk around like that every play either. Golly, man, can you get anything right? As Pacheco takes for his he literally, are his fingers twitching? What are they doing to Mahomes in Madden? Here we go, first play of the second quarter, and immediately there is pressure. And there's no way that just happened. Are you kidding me? That ball was tipped 3 times. And somehow, it just so happens that Kansas City makes the catch. How come our players couldn't make the catch? Okay, so I went ahead and made some adjustments to the roster and who was in and who was out, so we'll see how it works. There's no way we just got called for that. Yes, it is. I literally just subbed that man in. All right, well, 1st and 10. 1st and 5 now. Is looking end zone wide. Wow, he just missed him. And I'm happy because dude was wide open. Dude just missed him. That's a touchdown, though, if Mahomes is in. Easily. 2nd and 5, handoff. Okay. Oh, that's what's his name? Steele. I knew that. And he's going to take it all the way down to the 5. Looks like he's going to be the running back for the Chiefs heading into, the rest of this game here. And they are knocking on the door here. 1st and goal. And just like that, it's a touchdown. Kansas City on the board. And who is that? Is that Noah Gray? Yes, it is. Noah Gray, the tight end, gets it. And now, after a whole quarter, we finally get our first score in the second. Chiefs up 7-0. We are not doing very good. The last drive, we had to punt. Had like maybe one play for 5 yards. Everything else, just nothing. We had to punt it after Jameis ran 20 yards backwards, which is why they're so far down the field. And finally, our defense does something to where hopefully we can get some positivity going, because right now it's not looking good. Quick snap. He caught it. We left him open long enough, and then both of our corners just did nothing about it. It's Wiley. Down to the 12. Oh, man. Bray in motion here. Underneath to Steele. That goes nowhere. A loss of 2. Nice job by Stevens there getting the tackle. Have not seen just a lot of even individual standout performances so far. Going for another pass. That time, there we go. Defense was ready for it. Dillon gets in there, breaks up the pass. Now it's 3rd and 12. I mean, it'd be great if we could at least shut them down for a field goal, because we've given up a lot already in this quarter. Why did I even say anything? Touchdown, Kansas City. 14-0. Okay, so let's see if we can do anything, because right now it looks like we can't. Okay, there we go. Positive play. Positive play. Get it to Trey Tucker. 6.5 to go before the half. I'd love to just see at least some individual, positivity here, right? Mobley in motion. Winston underneath, misses him. There was 2 people there. He missed both of them. Neither one of them. It's not looking good right now. Oh, gosh. Oh! There we go! He finds Leggett on like I think it was a crossing route, maybe a corner route, but play action boot. It works. Oh, it was a crossing route, yeah. Leggett just got behind that second level there. Super easy. Awesome. Love to see it. Finally, something positive, and now we're pretty close to field goal range, if not in, we're in field goal range. Almost had a free play there. Hand off to Townsend, and he is going to take it for 3. All right. Winston looking. He's got him again. Touchdown. Who was that? It's Jelani Woods. Look at that. New tight end comes in. One of the first drives he's in. And now we got ourselves back within 7. Touchdown, Carolina. Maybe this game isn't going to be as bad as I thought. We'll see. Time will tell. Okay, so offense got some light to them. Got ourselves on the board. Now we need the defense to step up. Hand off to Steele. And there we go. Loss of 1. That's a good play. That's what I like to see. Oh, we're sending a little heat. We can't get there. And he's able to get the pass off to number 80. And they're going to pick up 9 yards. 3rd and very short. 3rd and 2. Play action. And it's completed. Another good catch from 80. It's Jake Browning's the quarterback. Okay. Former Viking. That also turned into hate the Vikings because he couldn't beat out the 3rd string guy and then went to the Bengals and had to play because he was the backup and somebody got hurt and then he made it some like redemption story when it really wasn't. That was way more than I needed to say, but it was in there, so it came out. And hand off to Steele, and oh my God, what a hit by DJ Johnson. Oh, he put him down quickly, a loss of 3. Yeah, Steele might be pretty decent as a pickup in fantasy for a couple weeks early in the season, but not in this game. No, sir. Okay, they're going to go right back to him. We shut it down again. That's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. So far, man, it's been a tough game, right? Offense didn't play well when the starters were in. Defense didn't play well when the starters were in. Even the backups struggled for a bit, but last drive we finally got something going, and now hopefully we can build off of it. Browning underneath, and finally we get ourselves a stop. Nice play by Stevens, and here comes the punt. All right, we got ourselves a tough one here. We were backed up way back at the 8 as Winston takes a shot. Able to get rid of it, though, which is good. But we got a 1:48 to go. I don't know if we're going to get much, but we have to have a big play here, like a good chunk play if we want something to come out of this drive. There goes Winston. He's going to take off, and okay, good. Slide down. We got time. We got timeouts. We just use our first. Gain of 9, 3rd and 1. I would more so focus on just getting this conversion first. Don't try to take a chunk here. Just get the first. Get the first. Or, you know, don't listen to me. Just do what you want and make it work. Another big play to Leggett. Another cross route. That one wasn't play action, but it works. Winston again, quick pass. And he's got Trey Tucker down to the 29. Not sure if I like Trey Tucker wearing the number 89. I feel like, I know it's not retired, but he's weird. It's weird, right? Not seeing Steve Smith in 89 with Carolina. But Trey Tucker making that number look good on that play, that's for sure. All right, we flipped the whole field. There we go, another pass to Leggett. And look at that, man. As I've said before this game, that I wanted Leggett to sort of step up and show more consistency that I just haven't seen out of him. Now all of a sudden he is just the star of the second quarter. And a pass to Leggett again. Another completion down to the 11. Winston looking good right now. 1st and 10. We still got 35 seconds left and a timeout. Sends the halfback out. Throws it short. It's incomplete. He was looking for Jelani Woods. Mobley in motion to the backfield. Oh, open! Look at that! It's Ty Davis! Touchdown! Ty Davis, I mean, it looked like the defense thought that he was going to go to the flats, and Davis just came right around behind that area. Was like this, that defender right there that cut down to go after Mobley, who came out of the backfield, left Davis wide open. And we got ourselves a tie ball game again. So after all of that, we end up coming back, and now after this extra point, which is good, we got ourselves a tie ball game heading into halftime. All right, so we weren't able to get anything going with our opening drive of the second half. Kansas City's back out. Browning takes a snap underneath, looking for Gray, and Gray gets himself about almost 10 yards, just shy of the first. But yeah, that was a rough one. Our opening drive did not work out. Jelani Woods got hurt, so apparently I'm just cursed at tight end. Steele with the handoff, gets himself the first. 5 carries, 6 yards. We've done a really good job on the ground today, though. I will say that. We've been using the Chicago Bears defense still. Same one that we ran last year. I sort of like what we did there, but I am definitely playing around with the offensive playbook until I have the other one ready. Perfect. Make him overthrow it. Stevens on the coverage. Second down. Steele again, and nothing. Defense is doing its thing, man. It does not giving up a lot on the ground. Looking for the screen, and oh, I was hoping he'd get there, but he can't. It was Nick Cross. He came in hot, but he just had a bad angle. Steele able to get past, get the first down, and the Chiefs now going to have themselves a fresh set at the 44-yard line in our territory. Browning, short pass completed. Oh my God, he barely got that off. And of course he completes it for the first. I really thought they were going to get called for a delay of game there, but they got it off just at the last split second. And there goes Steele. What are we doing? I give our defense credit, and as soon as I do, it starts going downhill. Wiley in motion. We send a little heat up the middle, does not get there, and Wiley makes the catch, gain of 4. Let's just calm down here, defense. Let's relax. Get a play or two. Tackle him. Thank you. Hey, 3rd and 3. Now they might go back to the ground here. They've done it a lot. They're starting to rely on the run game here. Oh no, it's play action. Are we ready for it? We're not. We're not ready for it. First down. KC, 1st and goal again. And nothing. Quick snap, quick throw, wide open. It's Xavier Worthy. There was not a soul there. Easy touchdown, and Kansas City's going to take the lead right back, 21-14. Well, I've been sitting here watching us do absolutely nothing after the touchdown. Had to punt it twice. We failed on offense every time we've tried to do anything. And the Chiefs now, even though our defense has held strong for the last couple of drives, is knocking on the door. So let's see if they're going to put us out of our misery. We have 3:55 to go. We're down by 7. Chiefs in field goal range. It's 2nd and 9. Wiley in motion. They just get the snap off, and he'll throw it to Wiley, who's wide open. And yeah, down to the 8, 1st and goal. Chiefs looking to put us out of this one early as we hit the 3-minute mark here shortly. Come on. Just couldn't get that sack. We've been trying to get a sack all day. Haven't been able to get one. Route. They just keep getting out of them sacks. Every time, just give us a sack. Let us get one. We just can't get them. We can't do it. 3rd and goal. Got a good opportunity here to get off the field. Hey! Look at that! Picked off! J.C. Horn somehow in the game. Not sure how. He's off the depth chart, but he's here. And he gets us our only turnover of the day. Okay, well, this game is not technically over. Let's see. Maybe Jameis has some magic left in him. Okay, quick pass to Mobley. He makes the catch. 1st down to the 32. Coming up on the 2-minute warning. We still have all 3 timeouts, as does Kansas City. And look at that. Brevin Jordan getting out to midfield. We got ourselves a chance here, guys. I can feel it. There we go. Underneath. Just keep getting yards. That one goes to Tucker. Another gain of 9. Keep it going. We're good. We got time. We are okay. 4 receivers set. Jameis. Right side. It's completed. Oh my gosh. What a catch. What a catch. They're going to challenge that, or Booth is going to challenge that. Makes sense. He was very close to the sideline. Let's see. Does he get his feet down? Oh, hell no. No, he doesn't. That should be coming back. Like, I want that to be a catch, but look, I don't think that was a catch. Okay. First down. Look at Brevin Jordan again. Hey, guys, we might push this thing to overtime here. I'd like to see us just go for 2 if we get a touchdown. That would be amazing. It's preseason. Let's have some fun. Oh, what a strike from Jameis. It's a touchdown, and look who it is. Xavier Legette. He deserves a touchdown after his performance today. He single-handedly got us back in this game in the first half. Let's go for 2. Oh, we're not. Okay, we'll take the extra point. We'll tie it up. It looks like we might be going to OT. There it is, 21-all. This is what I thought it was over with. We come back, and now we got ourselves a chance at another victory. Kansas City's got the ball. We have had a tough time stopping them. So this defense needs to make some significant plays here if we're going to get out of here and get to overtime. First one goes for 5. They still have 3 timeouts, so they have plenty of time. Time is not a factor. It's just about if we're going to be able to stop them or not. And that's not a good start. 2 back-to-back completions, go for about 15 yards, get them out to the 44. 1st and 10. Still plenty of time. They use their first time out there. Browning. Quick pass underneath again to Wiley. And not much, but he does stop the clock. Get him. Hey, there we go. That's a good stop. He wasn't able to get out of bounds, so they have to burn a timeout here. 3rd and 10. From the 43. This is a big down here. Very big down. Browning. Underneath. No! Yep. Oh, man. Just immediately. It went from 3rd and 10 and a potential stop to literally field goal range. Oh, yeah, and there we go. Yep, now the Red Seas are going to part for Steele to just run it right down the field. Dang. I thought we were doing some valiant effort, I guess, from the offense to climb their way back and get us in a position to at least have overtime. But it looks as if, yeah, field goal unit's out. And I doubt they're going to miss this one. It's a chip shot. Kick is up. And it is good. Kansas City's going to send us home with our first loss. It was this close. Well, that's the end of that one. I do believe that I'm going to end up probably simming the last 2 weeks. Every season, I always think that there's going to be a good opportunity to see these guys play and, you know, build storylines, and it just never really comes to fruition. So instead of trying to force that, I'm probably just going to go ahead and sim it again. We'll do that next video though, and we'll check in on the storylines here that did pop up, and we'll go through that stuff before we get into week 1. But I mean, a lot of the team I think is pretty much set in place. I always like to at least see one preseason game just to see. We'll go over the storylines that are up there right now in the next video, and we'll also probably get through preseason, get to week 1, and see our first regular season action. I just don't think there's much left to see from preseason. I think a lot of our team is already set in place. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty much everything. We got a chance to see the team again, do a little bit of a recap of the offseason, got to see some game action, even though it didn't turn out our way. And so yeah, but that is all I have for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know down below. Like I mentioned before, face cam thing, would you rather me just turn it off during the game, or is it okay where I had it placed this game? And then before you leave, if you hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already, turn on that bell notification. I'll see you guys next time.